Well, the idea is to produce a transport system which will be very low cost and also be able to go over roads and access to places where normal railways couldn't get to, and also occupy very little ground space.
Now, to most people, it looks like probably just a normal monorail, but it is an invention that you've got patents on, I believe.
Yes, it is, yeah.
What makes it so special then?
It's special because the actual car is slightly offset from the rail and tends to hang in towards the beam, and therefore can withstand side winds, which normal railways, even conventional railways, find a problem.
You're a prolific inventor, I believe. I mean, you've done so many things, and probably the most famous is the Peel car.
I wouldn't know about that.
Tell us about that, though, because I mean that is still going strong and has had a resurgence recently due to certain television programmes taking it through the City of London, I believe.
The reason for the P50, we never called it a car, we called it a saloon scooter. There was a scooter rally on the island, and it poured with rain all the weekend. And the result was everybody was soaked to the skin. So I thought there must be a market for an all-weather scooter, hence the P50. We always called it a saloon scooter, not a car.
Have you been amazed about the interest it's created around the world?
I think Jeremy Clarkson caused a lot of that.
And hovercrafts, that's another thing that you've got patents on?
No.
No?
No.
I thought you were involved in hovercrafts.
We did once build a hovercraft, but I wasn't in favour of putting skirts underneath, and we didn't really have enough engine power to keep it off the ground with just an air cushion.
Back to this invention, how are you going to pursue it now? Is anyone interested in putting it into development?
Very much so, yes. We're pursuing all the different avenues of possible sales, including London. In London, the pollution with they've promised to do away with the bendy buses and put on 2 route masters, which will make double the pollution. Now, a line like this around London will give you access to all the railway terminus stations very quickly, instead of taking an hour or more it does at present.
Do you see these through to production? I mean, does it make you lots of money being an inventor?
No, very few engines do.
What makes you do it then?
It keeps the brain active.
Can I ask how old you are now?
But
How old you are now?
I better not say.
But you're still enjoying doing these sort of things.
Yes, I do.
So what about for the Isle of Man? Do you see this getting into service over here?
We're hoping to. At the present moment, our new hospital is inside the TT course. Therefore, when the races are on, there's no access by public transport. Now, just simply go over the road into the hospital, into Douglas, and provide quick and easy access to replace the old railway line, which we once had from Peel to Douglas.
So have you had any interest from the Isle of Man government?
A little. That's about all I could say.
So this really could be the way of the future to get to work.
Cyril sort of had this idea, and I'm sort of helped him along the line and make it, and come up with 1 or 2 little ideas towards it, and help him because he's obviously not capable now of doing all the work himself. So that's my involvement really.
And what do you think to it?
I think it's a cracking idea. We've got to sell it to the government and things, I mean, it's a job to do it from a little model like this really. You've got to visualise a thing the size of a railway carriage, and linear traction driving it rather than electric motors we've got now, and with a linear traction it would be very, very quiet, no pollution whatsoever, and yeah, it's a way to go.
Do you see the Isle of Man getting one of these?
Well, why not? Why not? It's not, compared to the cost of, say, putting that gas line across the island, this is pretty modest, I'll tell you. Yeah.
And what do? You actually built this yourself? Did you build it for him, sort of thing?
Yes, yeah, we knocked it up, yeah, just as Yeah, a rough working model, just to show the principle, really. Yes.
Remind me, what else has Cyril done?
Oh gosh, he's just an inventor. He's done so many things. I mean, he was one of the first, or the first, to make motorcycle fairings. Everybody that raced in the TT in the late 50s, 60s used the Peel fairing. I mean, it was mega. He was one of the first to build glass fibre sports car bodies for putting on other cars. If you know, you made specials, you know, to such an extent that I think the Ford Motor Company wanted him to build sports cars for them. But at the time, there was no government grants available, you know, to help do these sort of things, so that never came to anything. He also built glass fibre minis, and BMC, or Leyland, or whichever they were at the time, actually employed them to do these glass fibre minis, and they were going to manufacture them in Chile to Cyril's design and all the rest of it. So yeah, he's a clever bloke, and he's done an awful lot of things, yeah.
And the Peel car?
Well, the little Peel car now, I think it was sold for about £170, I think something like that at the time, and now they're going for about £17,000, like, you know, we should have kept one, yeah. But there you go, that's what's happened, and now, in actual fact, would be a good time for them. They would probably now sell like mad. They were a little bit ahead of themselves at the time, you know, that was the problem.